saw her sister, but no one seemed to have seen her. She kept on searching, but she couldn't find Amarachi anywhere. She went back to the river goddess to ask her to help her find her sister, but the river goddess laughed and said, "She is with me." Ebube looked confused. "Why is she with you?" Ebube asked. "Our agreement was that she was going to leave at a price, and that price was her becoming a river maiden." Ebube put her hand on her head, fell on the floor and said, "Please give me back my sister." In the peaceful village of Umuofia lived Ebube and her younger sister, Amarachi. Ebube was 18 years old and Amarachi was just 6 years old. Ebube loved Amarachi so much that she took her everywhere she went, plaited her hair, bought her stuffs, and played with her. She made sure she had everything she wanted. Ebube loved her younger sister so much that she could do anything for her. One sunny afternoon, Ebube decided to take her sister Amarachi to the forest to show her the beautiful animals there. But something sudden and sad happened. A hunter was in the forest, hunting for his prey, and mistakenly, he shot Amarachi in the chest, and she fell down and became unconscious. Ebube shouted and cried so loudly that some of the villagers could hear it. She cried so hard until she could no longer cry anymore. She carried Amarachi to the healer and hoped for the best. The healer was an old man. He took Amarachi into the hut and told Ebube to wait outside. Ebube waited for 30 minutes before the healer came outside his hut with a sad and disappointed face. "I'm sorry to say this, but I tried all I could. She was in a bad state and can't live for long. The bullet hit her deep in the chest. If she was older, she would have survived it more than this. Take her home and stay with her till her last moments," the healer said. Ebube busted out in tears. "It was all my fault. I shouldn't have taken her to the forest," Ebube said, crying and devastated. The healer tried to console her. She took her sister home and made up her mind to do what it takes to make her live. Late in the evening, she went to the sacred river of Umuofia to meet the river goddess. When she got there, she touched the calabash 3 times and the river goddess appeared. "Why are you disturbing me at this ungodly hour?" the river goddess said with a stern look. "I am so sorry, beautiful goddess of Umuofia Kingdom, but I am in a life and death situation and I need your help," Ebube replied with her head bent. "Speak up and tell me why you are here." "My sister is at the point of life and death. The healer said she has a few days to live. Please help me. I don't want her to die. Let her live longer. She is the only one I have in this world, and I'm ready to do anything for her to live," Ebube said. "I will help you, but it will come with a price," the river goddess said. "I don't mind. I just want my sister to live. Go home, cut a piece of her hair, and bring it to me tomorrow morning," the river goddess instructed. Ebube quickly rushed home and did what she was told, and she gave the hair to the river goddess. Amarachi became well, and Ebube was so happy. But something happened after 1 month. One morning, Ebube woke up but couldn't find Amarachi. She searched everywhere but could not find her. She was worried and scared. She asked everyone in the village if they saw her sister, but no one seemed to have seen her. She kept on searching, but she couldn't find Amarachi anywhere. She went back to the river goddess to ask her to help her find her sister, but the river goddess laughed and said, "She is with me." Ebube looked confused. "Why is she with you?" Ebube asked. "Our agreement was that she was going to leave at a price, and that price was her becoming a river maiden." Ebube put her hand on her head, fell on the floor and said, "Please give me back my sister. You didn't tell me that was the price for her to be alive." "But I told you there was a price for it, and you didn't ask what the price was," the river goddess replied. "Don't come back to disturb me again for your sister." Then the river goddess disappeared. Ebube cried and left for her hut. When she got home, she made up her mind to do whatever it takes to get her sister back. She went to all the herbalists and seers in the village, but they told her there was nothing she can do. She should just forget about her sister. Ebube was determined to get a solution for her sister, and she wasn't ready to give up. She went from one village to another to find a solution. She finally got to Udala village, where they directed her to an old woman. The old woman stays inside a tree. There is a small opening in the tree where she stays. Ebube got there and explained everything to the old woman. "This is really tough," the woman said. "I will tell you what to do to get your sister back, but it will not be easy. You must challenge the river goddess to a battle. She can't say no to it. Then you will break this egg in front of her, which will make her turn to a human for just some minutes. You must fight her and win. When she is weak, you will go to the river and pour this powder in the river. Then call your sister's name. It will open a portal in the river, and you will pull your sister out. You must be fast about this, as this is your only chance. If you are not able to do this well, then you can't get your sister back," the old woman said. Ebube thought about this, and she agreed to it. The old woman gave her the egg and the powder. She also gave her a red cloth that she will use on the river goddess. Ebube went back to her village. She waited for 2 days. Then one afternoon, she went to the river goddess. She challenged her to a battle. The river goddess laughed and accepted the challenge. Ebube quickly broke the egg in front of her. The river goddess became a human, and Ebube fought her and defeated her. She quickly ran to the river, poured the liquid, and a portal opened. She called her sister, but her sister was nowhere to be found. The portal was almost closing when she saw her sister and pulled her out. The river goddess regained consciousness and transformed back to her mystical form. She tried to harm Ebube, but Ebube quickly brought out the red clothes the old woman gave her and used it against the river goddess. But that didn't stop her. Ebube carried her sister and started running. Unknown to her, the river goddess struck her again, but this time it was her eyes. She lost a little of her vision, but she continued running until they reached their hut. Ebube was so happy. She hugged her sister. She looked at her sister, but her vision was blurry. The next day, she lost her sight. She was unhappy, but still glad she got her sister back. The lesson you must understand from this story is that the devil and his agents will always grant your request at a wicked price. The only supreme being you should go to in times of trouble is the Almighty God. He is the only one who adds no sorrow to the blessings he gives. The end.